gentlemen, thank you for coming to the White's Hotel, where Tyson Fury and Peter Fury base their final leg of his training camp here in Bolton. On the top table, I'm sure he doesn't need any introduction, we have the new unified heavyweight champion of the world, Mr. Tyson Fury. Also here is the master coach when executed his brilliant A plan in Dusseldorf. Again, without saying, been with him for a number of years. Peter Fury, an uncle to Tyson, and to the left hand side, a very, very proud dad. And as you can see from the shirts at the front, there's also a message to the late Hugh Fury and a message to my son Asif Vali as well. So without further ado, I'm sure you're going to have plenty of questions later. The format's going to be quite simple. Tyson will say a few words, Peter will say a few words, John will say a few words, and then we'll be taking questions from the floor, and then we have a 10-minute from the press. 10 minutes from the press that was in Dusseldorf. We'll be doing their interviews first, and as soon as we've done that, then we'll be doing the one-to-ones with the camera people, and then we're going to start clumping everybody together to get it all done. It's a fantastic turnout, so we'll have to be quick, and we'll try our best to accommodate everybody. So, the new heavyweight champion, unified champion of the world, Tyson Fury.
Am I supposed to speak?
Your turn now.
Well, I'm stuck for words and none of the microphones are working.
No, these aren't microphones, you've got to shut up.
Yeah, what can I say? Thanks everyone turning up, I suppose, to come and see me, as I am the new heavyweight champion of the world, as I always said I would be. Not much to say, to be honest. I'm not surprised, I'm not overwhelmed, it ain't a big shock for me. I always said it, we always said it, so what we said came true. I've been preaching this for I don't know how long, and I've been telling as many people as that would listen what would happen when I fought Vladimir Klitschko. He was avoiding me for a long time. He promised me a fight after I beat Derek Chisora the first time. The fight didn't happen. They made me fight 3 world title eliminators. Still didn't want to fight me until 2 organisations made it mandatory, WBA and WBO. He was forced into this fight. Did not want to take it. For the reasons being, he knew from experience what he was facing and how awkward of a night I could give him. And as we saw on Saturday night, a masterclass performance over one of the best fighters on the planet. Well, the best fighter on the planet, because Floyd Mayweather has retired. So Klitschko would have stepped into his shoes. So, you know, he was on a run of 23 consecutive wins. No one had come close to beating him. No one had landed any shots on the guy, you know. And for me to go there and bust him like a done, because he was chopped to bits, his face was in a right state, it just shows you what type of talent you're messing with. And anybody who wants to discredit my performance is just pure jealous. You heard it from me first. Pass you over to Peter.
Yeah, you know, what can be said about it? You know, 11 years at the top, beat everybody in the division. Everybody said he'd probably retire undefeated, and he'd go on to continue to do great things. Another 5-year contract signed with RTL, which is a major TV group over in Germany. It's like ITV over here. So his legacy was already looked upon in advance because there was nobody out there to touch him, so everybody thought. And it, you know, nobody gave Tyson a chance. Only his own people who's worked with him, and close friends who's worked with him in the past, and his direct family. Apart from that, everybody didn't give him a chance. And it just goes to show how all these so-called experts can get it so wrong. Even I've seen some comments this morning where, oh, bit of a dull fight this, and not as good as I thought it would be. And you got some pretend heavyweights thinking they can get there by mentioning Tyson's name, and they're not good enough to lace his boots up. But the thing is this, Vladimir is a great champion. We had a lot of things in store for Vladimir. Tyson was not able to get some of his shots off, like Vladimir was not able to get his shots off. So what you've got when you've got two elite athletes, similar sized at heavyweight, you negate each other's game plan. Tyson is a very, very defensive fighter, very, very good. He's learned his craft extremely well. Klitschko is an excellent defensive guy himself. So to beat this guy to the jab, to win this fight convincingly over 12 rounds, and look at the gulf of experience and the difference. Tyson has made a statement for anybody with a pair of eyes, and anybody trying to dilute what's happened. This is the greatest victory in heavyweight boxing since Muhammad Ali beat Sonny Liston in '64. And he said afterwards, I shook up the world. And that's exactly what he did. And that's exactly what's happened here Saturday night. He's shook up the world. And people need to get used to it, because he will continue to do it. We've heard all these stories about, he could do this, he could do that. Tyson messes around with a lot of people, plays around with your heads, all of you. He's not going anywhere. He will be in boxing a long time. He will cement his legacy in boxing, that's for sure, because he's super talented. He loves to fight. And now all the politics are out the way, and he's a champion of the world. He's going to enjoy his reign at the top, because now he's got to say what goes on. So it's been very hard road climbing. We've been trying to be put down every which way, even pretend fighters saying they'll take the challenge, backing out, losing the #1 ranking we had, putting us 2 years from getting this title. But now he's landed, he's here, he's at the top of the hill. So it's great for British boxing, great for Irish boxing, and you're seeing history in the making. Just watch this space, because we've got some fantastic times ahead, and everybody needs to get behind him, because just look what he's achieved. We realise what he's achieved. It's a great, 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 exceptional circumstances we find ourselves to be in. And we can only thank God for that victory, which we do. Thank you very much.
Also, just to say a few words, he's going to be a very proud father, John Fury.
Yes, I don't think I can add much more to that. But may I say this much? If there is such thing as the 8th wonder of the world, you're looking at my son, and I thought that the day he was born. And we've come this far on a long journey, outside of boxing, inside of boxing, in the face of adversity, with no faith, people disbelieving him, people discrediting him in every way. And we knew right from the beginning we'd be walking alone with us. But hear this now, times do change. People move over to a new beginning, and this is a new beginning in boxing. You witness it for yourself on Saturday night there. This has never been done before, and it never will be done again, to go into Germany. And you look at me right there, you there, because you're another disbelief, I can see you. You're not there with your camera. Get it up, because you should get it and listen to every word I'm saying. But listen, people like you, my friend, we've had 100 million of them. You listen and pay attention to me when I'm talking to you. Don't look on the floor. Witness something big and admire it. Even though you don't want to, admire it. Because that's how I feel. He's done you proud where others have failed. And admire that and honour that. And this fella in the future, nobody else is going to get a look in. And I see the man with no name, this character off the Wizard of Oz, was looking for some guts. He reminds me of a character, the lion he played. He has a lot in common with that film, David A. He's the same colour as the road. So let's not talk about David A today in the presence of a man. Those men are fake, and fake champions never come to the top. And an old man called Tommy Miller years ago said to me, John, if you're a phony in boxing, you'll get found out. And he has been found out. And you could give him a bayonet in one hand and a shotgun in the other, he'd never beat Tyson Fury. So that's the end of the line at the Yellow Brick Road called David A. But listen, watch how this man becomes better as a champion. When you win a world title belt, you grow as a champion. You've only seen 60% of this man because he knew he had the pressure of the world on him. The media wanted to lose. Everybody in the world wanted to lose. Nobody gave him faith. He took more pressure into the heavyweight championship of the world than any other world champion I can imagine. Jack Johnson followed Tommy Burns all around the planet to get a fight. We did the same thing with Vladimir Klitschko. We cornered him by getting the #1 mandatory position. 4 world title eliminators later, we got him, cornered him in his own backyard, and we defeated him, humiliated him. And the moment was the sweetest moment ever. And believe you me, there's a lot more to come from Tyson Fury. So get on board now, start backing him, because you're never going to get another man like this to do you as proud as Tyson Fury. That's, I don't think I need to say any more. Thank you.
Very proud father there, John. We're going to take questions from the floor now. So if you've got a question, we haven't been set up with microphones here. Just stand up and shout your best, and any of the top table will answer your questions. Anybody going first?
Tyson. Hello. Do you think that you may be allowed a voluntary defence of your title before you have to fight Klitschko again?
I'm not really too interested, to be honest, Coop. Voluntary, mandatory, whatever I have to fight, whoever it is, I'm not really too bothered because I'm not focusing on boxing at the moment. I'm focusing on what I've done 2 days ago, or yesterday, whenever it was. It's not sunk in yet, so I'm just waiting for that to actually come down. And like I say, it's going to take me a week to come round because the big occasion, big night in my life, come through it, and I've not really touched the floor yet. I feel like I'm floating about. So when I finally come down, I'll make a decision on who am I going to fight and where it's going to be.
Tyson, you told us last week you wouldn't take pride in being heavyweight champion of the world because pride is a bad thing in God's eyes. You must feel a great sense of achievement though.
It's a great sense of achievement, but you know, it is what it is. I haven't done something that I didn't believe I could do. I've only gone in there and done what I said all along I'd do. If there's anybody in here who I give a statement to saying I don't think I can win this fight, let him be seen now, let him be heard. The only thing I ever said was I'm going to win this fight and win it in style. You know, I've done that. And I think my performance, outboxing him for 12 rounds, is better than knocking him out in 2 because at least he could have said, oh well, you got a fluky punch on him and knocked him out. Now, who can say what? I outboxed him in his own town. I feel like a mongoose going into a cobra's nest and snatching them all out of there. And that's what I've done. We snuck in there like mongooses, got the cobra's eggs and left. And Peter took them all on with him, just like I promised. Didn't I, Pete?
Yeah, I've got them.
There you go.
Yeah. Congratulations on the performance.
Cheers.
Secondly, I noticed at the end of the first round, when you're back in the corner, you made a comment on the strength. Were you surprised at just how much bigger and stronger you were than him?
To be honest, I was a lot bigger and stronger than him. Yeah, I expected him to be strong. You know, you hear about Dr. Steelhammer, how hard he punches, how strong he is, how fit he can be. You know, he caught me flush on the button of the chin with a straight right hand. Never felt it. He caught me in the temple. I didn't feel it at the time, but I've been feeling it for 2 days after. Side of my head, I've been taking Nurofen for the pain. It's been going boom, boom, boom. But yeah, he was just a normal man with a pair of boxing gloves on. Like I always said, take the glamour and glitz away from these people, and they're all just bare bums in the shower.
Tyson, how are you going to deal with the fame, the level of fame that you now have and the even brighter spotlight that you're in? Because certainly in the past you've said some things which have ruffled a few feathers on certain subjects, to say the least. So how is this perhaps now going to change you if you know that even more people are watching?
It's not going to change me. I am what I am. Money, fame and glory doesn't change a man unless he wants it to. And that's a fake person in my opinion. Anybody who can be changed by a few quid or some achievements is not a realist, because they was unhappy with the person they used to be and they needed a few more things in life like these to make them a happier person. You know, alright, I've won 4 or 5 belts, whatever they are, and I'm the #1 ranked heavyweight in the world, and I've done a massive shock and all that, but it is what it is. I'm a boxer, and I was a boxer before I started. and I'm still a boxer now. I don't feel any different today than I did yesterday, the day before that, and the day before that. I'm still Tyson Fury, and I'm still going to go home in an old Land Rover in a minute and go home and get to bed.
But will you will you maybe take more time to think about what you say on certain subjects?
Listen, if people don't like it, change the channel. That's all I got to say. I will be dictated to by nobody. I'm the man. If anyone can come and prove me wrong, their chances inside a boxing ring. You don't like it, change the station. You don't like it, don't take photos. You don't like it, don't print it in your newspaper. Do I care? Not really.
Tyson, were you so nervous when you were waiting for a verdict? You think they might have robbed you?
No, I knew they couldn't rob me. It was too wide. You know, I didn't give him many rounds even. I thought I outboxed him like out of nearly all the rounds. He caught me a couple of punches which could have swayed the judges. And you know, he even had the referee on his side. He headbutted me all night, kept holding me and pushing me down. When did we see the referee say, "Oh, Vladimir, one more time you hold him, we're taking a point off"? They didn't say that. I hit him twice at the back of the head, yeah, and he took a point off me, and it could have been crucial. But I knew I was too far ahead, and he didn't land any punches. If you're not landing punches, you're not in the fight. How can they award it to you?
You watched it back since?
I've watched clips of it, but I'm not really interested, to be honest. It is what it is. It's done. It's in the past. It's history to me now.
Tyson, you've reached the top of the mountain. How are you going to stay there? What's the ambition now?
Well, like Peter said, we're here. This is just a chip off the old iceberg. It's the start of a long journey. You know, it is what it is. But I'm not thinking about fights. I'm not thinking about boxing. I'm just thinking about life at the moment. And I'm thinking about Christmas coming up and enjoying that. And I'll think about it in the new year. Sure, I'll give it a thought or two.
What have you got time for next? You said you can have a week off. What are you going to do?
To be honest, I can't do any more than I've been doing, really. I thought I wanted a nice breakfast and all that English breakfast, and after the fight I thought, I can't stomach that. And then this morning even, I woke up and there was all these things that I thought I might have wanted. I thought, I can't stomach it. I ended up with porridge, and I spit that out because it was like Oliver Twist porridge. It was good. And I ended up with some fruit and yoghurt, so I think where I've been in camp for such a long time, I'm not craving any of the things that I might once have craved. So I'm not going to be doing much, to be honest. There's not much to do, is there? What can I do now that's going to put a big smile on my face than what I've already done a couple of days ago? It's just like, there's nothing can compare with it. It is what it is.
You obviously now join the ranks of the world sporting elite, but how good a role model do you think that you will be for the kids who will look up to you?
Depends what type of role model you're after. If you're after a yes man, then I ain't that person. But if you're after a real person who wants to educate people on what the world really is, then I'm that person for sure.
You think kids should look up to you?
I'm not really bothered. It's up to them. Like I said, if they want to look up to a realist, or they want to look up to a cartoon character, then I suppose looking up to a realist is going to help you more in life, isn't it?
What do you think? You're asking the questions.
I think that when you're at the top of the game, people will look up to you no matter what, and so it's about you deciding.
So if I say something's purple and it's really green, it's purple, isn't it? Who's going to argue with me? I'm the undisputed heavyweight champion of the world.
Tyson, there was some great video of you all celebrating in the dressing room afterwards, but it was interesting at one point, at the end of it, I think you said, "Don't give me any water, I swear they're trying to drug me."
Yeah.
Could you expand a little bit on that?
I can expand a little bit on it. We know that cheats, right? These people are extremely good at cheating. So they tried it with the gloves first, and they even gave me the wrong gloves in the end as well. They wasn't the gloves that I opted for. They were other gloves. I wasn't happy, but I thought I can't be making any more like motions, so I'll just take them. So that was the gloves. Then they put 6-inch thick of memory foam all over the ring. Then Peter sussed that out in about 2 seconds. Big arguments. The fight was nearly off and on and off and on. So they had to sort it. And then he had his bandages on and his wraps on before we even come into the changing room. So he had to take them off.
The weigh-in?
The weigh-in, the weight. They said I was 17 stone 8 on the scales when I was 18 stone 4. He had platforms in his boots, all psychological things. Because if you look at the weigh-in, he was the same size as me at the weigh-in. But in reality, he's 6'5" and I'm 6'9", so there's a massive gap, and we saw that when we was in the ring last night. The bigger man was much me, but at the weigh-in when we both stood with our shoes on, he was equally as tall as me. So there was that as well. There was all these little things that they thought might affect fighters in the past, might work against me, but not one of them did. It didn't faze me one bit. 50-odd thousand people didn't faze me 1%. I've got one little saying: if God is with me, who can be against me? Nobody.
But were you seriously worried that they...
And listen, I had good information off of good resources not to touch anything in the changing rooms because they might try and drug you. And someone tried to pass me water from all sorts, and unless it was sealed, contained from my own baggage, because I had my friend Dave, he brought all the waters over and the drinks from England, there was no chance of me getting drugged. And after the fight, I went home dehydrated before I even touched anything, because I'm so frightened of being drug tested and failing the drug test where they give me something. Then I didn't want to take waters or any drinks or any food from anybody. So, perfect. Can't be too careful, can you? Prevention's better than cure, I say.
Tyson, so when you saw your weight at 17.8, what were you thinking? Like,
I knew it was rubbish because I weighed that morning 18.3.6 or something, and then I'd ate and drunk water and had breakfast and stuff, so I knew it was like impossible. But it wasn't really. I wasn't bothered. Peter said to me, just check your weight again. So there's no need to. I checked on 2 scales, and I use the same scales every fight, and they said I wasn't the weight I was. So it was just all mind games, just to try and cause an upset, really.
Any more questions?
John, there were some negative stories about your son Tyson in some of the tabloids and national newspapers this morning. Do you think there was any need for that?
Listen, anybody who's going to comment on that and try and discredit what my son's done, he doesn't understand boxing for one, and his jealousy's taking his life over. So I say to him, get on and do his day job and forget about messing with real men and commenting on real men, because those men are non-entities. They're sickos, my friend. This has been something that's been done extraordinary, and what they're trying to do, brush it under the carpet. I will never let them brush it under the carpet. I'll never let it go, because I know it's been 100 years since Bob Fitzsimmons did this, and I'm telling you now, it'll be another 100 years before something happens like it again. All these non-believers, why is it then? Because he's not out of an house, or he's from the wrong background, or because his family say it as it is. I've lived a lifetime of hard knocks and through deep adversity and always come out on top. I've just spent 5 years behind the door, never took an aspirin, never went to the MO once, never asked for nothing. You know, got on and done the tide, done as I was told like a dog, because you know why? I was mentally stronger than everybody in there, and I've been like that all my life. My son's mentally strong, and you know what? False people, plastic people, we don't really care about what they think. We're not interested. We know the truth. We knew we had the brains to outthink some fella what's been stood around a burning oil drum in the past looking for a $5 spar. He was never going to outthink us. All of Klitschko's team, we didn't only beat Klitschko, we defeated his team. We're world champion teams. We hold the world title as team members because we outfought them. The brains of Britain, one's a Ukrainian president. We made it look stupid. Bert Bont, a billionaire. You know what I'm saying? I tied him up like a cat with a ball of wool. You know what I'm saying? I said, listen, you can do what you want. Right's right, wrong's wrong. Play on a level field. We're down 9-1 before kick-off, mate, but we're still going to win. We mentally broke them down in London, and we've done a demolition job in Germany. But let me tell you something now. They're all going to jump on the back of somebody else. If it's not Anthony Joshua, it'll be Dillian White. But what has these people done to get credit more than my son? The answer's nothing. They haven't fought anybody. They've won no titles. You've got a man there with an attitude as big as his head in David A. He's a coward. You know, he said only a few months ago, the best doctors in the world said he should never fight again. All of a sudden he's out to con the public and steal a living, saying my shoulder's perfect. How can you go from that to that in a short time? All you people might be gullible, naive fools. Furies ain't fools. We see through these people. And you know something? The character at the Wizard of Oz, the lion looking for some courage. Let me tell you, the lion had a chance of getting courage because he had a dream that there was an Oz and a man talking from behind the curtain. He's got no chance of guts because he's living in the real world. So do not mention men. Well, they're not men. I don't know what they are, these people. I'm going to call them things. I will call them things. Because I'll tell you now, he ain't a man. He's nothing. Hear this. There's my old trainer there. Fernand's made his way out of his job today to be with us. I will get him out of his job and he'll train me and I'll flog David, eh? In an 8 weeks time. I'll flog David, eh? And you know who's other man? You know the great heavyweight champion what I learned in Germany from a good source? Hear this, Lennox Lewis. You was frightened of me in my heyday and I just found that out from me. You didn't want to fight me. But I tell you now, I'll fight him now. I'm 50, he's 50, let's have a battle royale. Forget about what my lad's done here. We can't, nothing compares with that, and nothing ever will. But I'm telling you now, before all you plastic people can put my son down and discredit what he's before I'll let you achieve that. That ain't happening. And you're going to listen to us, because we're sick of being talked down to. You listen to us, because we pay no homage to nobody. Only God Almighty and our Father, our blood Father. Do we need to say any more about this, people? Put your hands together for the 8th wonder of the world. I think he deserves a standing ovation. Get up! Get up and bow! Get up and bow to my son, every one of you. That's what you're going to do. Give him a bow, because you'll never see him again ever. And appreciate what you're seeing. Jonathan Ross has been on the phone. Pierce Brosnan will be on the phone. The Queen will be up with some medals. Where was he 3 years ago? Nowhere to be seen. And look here, today. Be real, people. Change your lives now. Stop being yes men. Stop being plastic. God give you your own mind. Use it. Be yourself. Be real. And you'll be a better person inside. And you can look in the mirror and sleep at night. Amen.
Too good. That's gold, isn't it?
What I'm doing.
Do you think you've retired, Vladimir?
Hey?
Do you think you've retired?
Oh, I don't know, to be honest. I think he'll have a look at it, and I don't think he'll do much better, to be honest. He'll analyse it. He's a very clever guy, so he'll know what he can do and what he can't do. He was in great shape. He was undefeated in 23 fights, not a 9-year winning spree, so it was what it was. I don't think he can do much better, but if he fancies his chances again, let's go again, round 2. Ding ding.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, there's going to be a lot of one-to-one interviews. I'd like to thank Cougar and Cassius for buying John Fury at Christmas and a Wizard of Oz DVD, which I'm sure you will. But from the bottom of my heart, the British press that was out there, who backed us from day one and absolutely pushed us through, because obviously this was the biggest heavyweight fight of the world. The British press, the Phil, the Ron, the Pat Sheens, the Daves, and anybody else I've missed, and the photographers that are out there, they were absolutely fantastic.
That's it. Can we just give some credit as well to, I think it's John Rees, the head of the British Boxing Board of Control.
Yeah.
Round of applause for him.
Because,
John Rees, everybody. Stood his corner. Said it how it was.
because he, when we got there and saw the ring was a sponge, he said, in all my years of 44 years of being involved in boxing, I've never ever seen anything like this. And the head of the commission came for Germany, just like John Rees is for the UK. And John looked at him and he said, do you think you're having a laugh here? He said, this ring would be illegal. And he stood our corner right to the end, so made us feel proud that we got somebody from the British Boxing Board of Control stood up to all of them, all of their government, and said, take this up, because I'm saying my fighter, it's illegal for him to fight in this ring. So full credit to John Rees for doing that.
And of course the man that wasn't here is Mick Hennessy, and that's another phenomenal team that Mick has over there. He couldn't travel down today, he did send his apologies. So again, another man that needs to be recognised is Mick Hennessy as well. So thank you very much. We have to do the Sky interview first behind, and the British press that was out there, the 6 of them. So we're going to meet you behind. The rest of you guys, if you get yourself lined up in the positions, and we will come to you.
Can I just say one thing?
John.
Can I just say one more thing?
Sure.
You know, Germany treat us so well. The people in Germany, there was beautiful people. They got behind us. They were telling us we could do it. And I just want to say a big thank you to everybody in Germany. They treat us like human beings and welcomed us with open arms. Thank you, Germany. Make us proud.
Finally, the belts that Tyson won, had to be given back very early hours of the morning. The weather from my account, so thank you for the pictures for the belts that we're going to be using. So once these pictures have been done, we have to give the belts back to the guys. So we're going to do the pictures now, and there'll be no other opportunities with the belts, please.